Hey there, Bowflex Barbie here, and welcome to today's recovery day of the Booty Boost program using our Glute Blast from Life Pro. But today we are going to be using our foam roller, our Surger vibrating foam roller, and some body weight stretches to recover today. It is super important to incorporate recovery into your program, which is why we included it in the Booty Boost program to help you loosen any tension, any knots, make sure that the blood flow is there to the glutes so you're able to go back and kill those workouts in the future and crush them without any, tightness, and just so you're able to maximize the workouts you do going forward. You want to make sure you're spending time in recovery, all right? So we're going to start with some body weight stretches first, and then we are going to go into our foam roller for a few different spots to make sure we alleviate any tension that you have. So we are going to start off on the ground with our body weight movements. So go ahead, flat on your back. We're going to cross that right leg over the left knee, pushing that right knee away from the body. We're going to hold it here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Interlace the hands under that left thigh. Pull that left thigh towards you for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and switch sides. You're going to do the same thing over on the opposite side. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Interlace those fingers under the right leg. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Next, we're going to go into Happy Baby. So you're going to go ahead and grab the soles of your feet, bend the knees. Right here, we're gonna hold 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slight rock side to side. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Go ahead and sit it up. Next, we're going to go into pigeon pose. So for pigeon pose, you are going to start in a high plank. Here, we're going to take the right leg and bend it up and extend that left leg. Point the toe down and fold forward. We're trying to shift that right glute as close as we can to the mat. Getting a nice stretch in that right glute. Holding it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Go ahead and switch sides. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Good. Next, we are going to go into child's pose. Go ahead and take the knees slightly wider than the hips. Big toes together. Walk the hands forward. Sink the chin towards the chest. Holding it here for 10, 9, nice deep breaths, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. All right. So now we're going to go to our foam roller. If you are not so familiar with or comfortable yet with foam rolling, and you're using the Surger, I want you to be mindful of starting with a lower vibration, or maybe even starting without the vibrating, until you get comfortable with the positions that you're rolling, and then you can always increase the speed. But on your surgery, you're gonna go ahead and turn it on. These green lights should come on. And when you're ready to add the vibration, you're gonna click the red button here. You notice as I click, the speed increases till it's at the highest, and then it'll reset back to the first speed. So, all right, so we're gonna start with a regular glute roll first. So you're gonna set up on the right glute first. We're gonna cross, or centered actually, we're gonna cross that right leg over the left knee. So we're actually starting with the left glute. So go ahead and scoot the left glute all the way on. Once you are there, go ahead and add some vibration if you are comfortable. And we're rolling back and forth. You're gonna shift your weight into that left glute slightly. Nice and slow. If you find a spot that is particularly sore, you wanna try to shorten the length of that roll so you focus on that spot that is sore, or a little bit tighter. We're gonna spend a few more seconds here. And go ahead, switch sides. So now we cross that left leg over and lean in slightly into that right side, that right glute. Again, if you find a spot that is particularly sore, and you want to focus on that, just kind of shorten that range for your back and forth motion. Good. All right, next we're gonna keep the same position for the legs. We're gonna switch again. So you're starting with that left glute, and you're gonna slightly turn onto the side of that hip. Not a full rotation, but slightly turn onto the side of that hip. So we hit that glute at a slightly different angle. And again, starting with that wider and more range in that roll. And if we find any tender, tight spots that need a little extra love, then we shorten and focus in on those areas. And then again, you can also increase that speed for the vibration if you find an area that is particularly tight. For me, it's usually my lower and mid glutes. All right, and we're gonna go ahead and switch sides. Again, that slight shift after we cross that leg, slight shift onto the side. Not a full rotation, just a very subtle shift. We can keep those hands down if we need to balance or cross over in the front. Good, taking your time. Good. Next, we're gonna go into our glute and hamstring. We're gonna start on the right side here. So you're gonna position just under the hamstring, hands behind you, prop the hips up off the ground, and we're gonna roll starting just under the hamstring and then shifting forward until the roller is just at the bottom of our glutes. Naturally, as we train the glutes, the hamstrings are gonna get a little tight too. So you wanna make sure we're getting in there. Even if you wanna sit a couple seconds just at the hamstring here, we can increase that speed a little bit. Good. Back and forth. Again, you find that spot that's a little tight, you could stay there for a few seconds. I like to do a few openers here too. And back and forth. All right, and then I go ahead and switch over to the opposite side. Again, you want to pay attention here. If one side feels particularly tighter than the other, that usually is a sign that you are having some sort of imbalance, even as you are training. I would say pay attention to that, and you want to make sure you're incorporating these recovery days to make sure you try to get both sides as equally balanced as you can. It's very natural to have an imbalance, but you do want to try to work on keeping both sides nice and balanced. Again, rotating the foot here a little bit helps us get different angles of that hamstring and that glute. Good. Next, we're going to go into what is probably my least favorite. It's a foam roll. So I'm going to start with no vibration here first. There we go. For our IT band. So for the IT band, you're going to sit the side of the hip on your foam roller. I like to cross the back leg over the front, so my right leg is straight. Back leg, my left leg is up in front, crossed over. I'm going to lift that right leg off the ground, roll back and forth. And I'm rolling until the roller is just around my mid-thigh, above the knee area, and then all the way back. All right, if that is uncomfortable for you there, you can always bend that front knee, that front leg, instead of keeping it straight. And you can kind of even hold and support here, if that helps. All right, but if you can, straighten that leg, lift that foot, and you're ready to add a bit of vibration. Start at that first speed. And again, you find spots that are particularly tight, hold it for a few seconds. The IT band is usually tight for most people. So if yours is like ridiculously tight, don't be alarmed. It's very normal, especially when you've been training glutes, training lower body. It's bound to get tight. Even if you're someone that spends a lot of days sitting down, you could have a tight IT band from that as well. All right, so we're gonna spend a few more seconds here, back and forth, or holding that tight position when we find it. Nice deep breaths, breathing through it, breathing through the discomfort. And then we'll switch sides. Same thing on that opposite side. Good. Again, holding it if we have any tightness as we roll. Breathing through it. That is tight. My IT band is quite tight. All right. We're gonna go through all of those positions one more time. So going back to the top, back to our first glute roll. So we're starting on the right side this time. So we're gonna cross the left leg over the right knee and roll in. Again, shifting that weight to the right side slightly so we get nice and deep into that glute. This time I am focusing a little bit more on my top glute. Since the first round I was hitting my lower glutes a little bit more. I want to make sure I get the top glute a little bit too. And go ahead, switch sides. Now we're shifting that weight into the left glute slightly. Good. Again, if we feel any discomfort here, we can always adjust and Add a little vibration. I think I turned it off. All right, and we switch sides again. This time, slight tilt onto the side of that glute. Good. And we switch sides. Same thing over on that opposite side. Good. All right, we're gonna go into hamstrings next. Just under the hamstring. Opposite leg is propped up. Again, here we can play with opening that leg. We can play with ankle rotations. Both directions. Good. This time around, you should feel a little looser, so it may not be as painful to roll out those tight spots. And we switch sides. Same thing on that opposite side. Get some ankle rolls in. Good. We will move on to the IT band. Again, starting nice and slow. Pausing at any tight spots we feel, extra tight spots. Nice deep breaths. Good job. Go ahead and switch sides. Nice deep breaths. All right. If you have any areas that are especially tight and you want to go back and work on those a little bit more, you are more than welcome to do so. If you have any areas that need some extra love, you want to do a couple more stretches, I encourage you to take your time with your recovery. Thank you so much for joining me for the Booty Boost Recovery Day, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.